other schools, but I've always won quite a large number of blue ribbons.
Probably one of the top art programs, so we get a lot of kids that go off to college and all sorts of different things like that. Great art teacher, so can't complain.
If you're not in art, I hope this makes you consider it. This has been Megan Hoffman, Nctv. Many students are involved in the NCH art department. There's a wide variety of classes offered, and it's one of the best programs in the state.
We're going to be real careful about popping that loose because you get that stuck. So go right there where those points are, so you just easily pop it. But you can imagine if you really do that, it'll knock it out of center. Yeah. Intro, drawing, color and design, 3D design, our computer graphic class, which we call commercial art. Then you could go into advanced drawing. You could go into our studio class, which is like a class where you develop independent projects as a junior or senior. And then finally our AP classes, which is where you build a portfolio as a senior to apply for scholarships.
In the fall, we go to National Portfolio Days, and then when we do that, kids get accepted in colleges like from Chicago to Colorado Art Institute, California, New York City.
A student who's learning to throw on a potter's wheel, and they're trying to get that clay to center, and they're trying to get that clay to center, and then all of a sudden one day they get it there, that a moment where that of achievement. I mean, that's really fun to see that I've done something that I passed on to another person to give them something they want. Last year we had 7 scholarship winners go to Casper College here in Casper. They offered 5 and we took all 5, and then we went to the State Art Symposium. They offered 2 more and our students also won those 2. So we were real proud of our students.
I think the neatest thing about teaching art is that you get to know your students on a personal level, because when you're dealing with art, it's just, it's kind of has to do with creativity, and you get to solve problems together, and I think that's fun.
I am in AP art, I guess you could call it. I'm in color and design, commercial art. And I think we have the best art program in the city anyways.
I think it's awesome. Miss McCaddy definitely knows what she's talking about.
Well, the NC Art Department does quite well throughout the state. We have our State Art Symposium at the end of the year that we compete in, and that's really the only gauge that we have to compete with other schools. But I've always won quite a large number of blue ribbons.
Probably one of the top art programs, so we get a lot of kids that go off to college and all sorts of different things like that. Great art teacher, so can't complain.
If you're not in art, I hope this makes you consider it. This has been Megan Hoffman, Nctv. Many students.
Here at NC, we had a surprise assembly this week, but it had a different message and evoked a response.
Hi, welcome to the Nctv vlog. Today we'll be giving free hugs.
Drop one. You're on my knee. It's okay.
Go.
This was a mistake.
Don't forget Madsy. And Madsy.
Oof, rip. You didn't give Tanner a hug, you racist? Well,
You forgot Tanner, Jill.
Hugs free.
You.
Thumbs up. All right.
Hello and welcome to Nctv. I'm Jillian Wallace. Today is Friday, October 9th. I hope you've all had a lovely 4-day week. I know I have. This week, Casper experienced their first major snowfall, and that means winter isn't coming, winter is here. Staying warm during freezing temperatures is essential, and what better way to stay warm than to indulge in a nice steamed drink?
We're here at the corner of 20th Highway and Oregon Trail at the Buck and Brew with the owner, Abrielle. Let's see what she has to say.
It's a lot of work. I work about 90 hours a week. That's just between my 2 locations. That's not including like when I go home. It's a lot of early mornings. My morning starts at 3:15 every morning and I get done at about 5:30. I get here at 5 o'clock in the morning and then go from there. The love for coffee is almost in every single American. Everybody loves coffee. It's great. Whether you like it iced or frozen or you like it hot. Doesn't matter if you like sugar. It doesn't matter if you like cream. When it comes to coffee, everybody likes it. My number one selling drink is a Buck and Brew mocha. It's a white chocolate mocha with a caramel drizzle. It is my signature mocha. It's named after us. And then a Red Bull is a mermaid water. And I sell that a lot. It's right next to my Buck and Brew mocha.
It shows with all the hours that you put in because that coffee was fantastic. This is Tanner Ross from Nctv signing off.
That white chocolate mocha looks tasty. I really need to make a trip over there, and you should too. Tonight at 7 p.m. at First Methodist Church, Opera Wyoming is performing The Golden Age of Broadway. Trenton lets us listen.
This is called the Golden Age of Broadway, and so what it's going to be all the traditional Rodgers and Hammerstein, Kurt Weill, and things like that. In the second act, it'll be a little bit of the best of contemporary musical themes. So contemporary piece-wise, we have things from Wicked and also Cabaret. Okay. Even though they may be considered some of the newer classics. But we do have, so like I said, we're doing some Kurt Weill music, we're doing Rodgers and Hammerstein, like Carousel, things like that, and there are 9 people total, and we're being accompanied by the great Paula Flynn, who plays over at Casper College. We're doing only one night, that's November 9th, this coming Friday, at the First United Methodist Church. The grand scheme is that we're able to, Opera Wyoming is able to travel throughout the state of Wyoming and collaborate with local musicians and talent there. January 25th, we're going to do what's called Shakespeare Goes to the Opera. We have open auditions on November the 18th at the Nick, and more details on that can be found at Opera Wyoming on the Facebook page.
You can go see the performance tonight or see others next year on January 25th and February 9th. Pre-order tickets at operawyoming.org. It's an event you won't want to miss. Today, temperatures are very cold and we have quite an amount of snow. Zach, how do you feel about this?
Well, Jill, it appears I've fallen and I cannot get up. I don't like the snow, man. It's... Why? Why does it, why? It's cold out, man. Back to you, Jill.
Oh, Zach, I'm sorry your arch nemesis, the snow, is back, but the sun will be back here soon. Now, going to college is a big step into your future, and for many of us, it's coming very shortly. When you are deciding on school, you should choose one wisely, and don't be afraid to ask our college counselor, Mr. O'Connor.
This week, we went down to the Career Center here at NC and talked to the college counselor where he explained what he does and the importance of college.
I think the opportunities at college are really remarkable for students to help them grow as individuals. So it's not only about the academics, but it's also about the social aspects that help you to learn to interact with a real variety of students and adults, peers, and faculty and staff. So the skills you gain outside of the classroom are as important as the skills that you gain within the classroom. And so those are the kind of skills that students are going to need to be successful in the workplace, no matter where that is. So I help students with all aspects of the college process. So that's everything from choosing a school that has the programs that you're interested in, and helping you to come up with a list of schools that would have what you're interested in, and then the application process, scholarships, financial aid, decision making once you've gotten your acceptance letters, things like that. Also, I really emphasize the financial fit. I think that's super important because we don't want our students to be hampered by large amounts of debt when it's not absolutely necessary.
Remember, there's a lot of options for after high school, so do some research on all the great opportunities there is for your future. I'm Sarah Carrico with Nctv, signing off.
I encourage you to take advantage of the elements here when making such big decisions. When you think of November, what is the first word that comes to mind? Mine is definitely no shave. People all over the building are boycotting shaving. What's the reason why? Let's see.
November, one of the most important months of the year, with one of the most important activities of the year as well. What is this activity? No Shave November. All genders are capable of participating in this wondrous activity.
So I have participated in No Shave November for right around 6 years. There was like some movement early on to recognize men's health, and I thought it was really cool. And so every November I don't shave for the whole month and I grow a beard.
I mean, it's really fun because a lot of the times you'll see guys who usually don't have facial hair or usually, don't grow anything out past a certain length, and you get to see them in kind of a new light, and it's entertaining.
I love having a beard. So there's like an initial 1 to 2 month period where you have a beard and it's lovely. Then after that, it presses on my face and I don't sleep well. So typically I'm happy at the end of November with the beard. It's nice and fluffy. I can put stuff in it and it does things. So it's good. I feel good.
A lot of the times girls, we won't shave our legs, but also it's wintertime in Wyoming, so we all wear jeans or something long, so it's harder to tell.
So right around probably 6 years I've been doing No Shave November, always at the school. And we had a competition one time, how I would shave the beard when it got to the end of the month, and we went with an N and a C, but we haven't done that for a while.
This was Cannon Hawkinson with Nctv, signing off.
Well, it seems that my mustache has fallen off, but that doesn't mean I'm nice and toasty. If I don't have a unibrow by the end of this month, guys, you should be concerned. We had a surprise assembly on Tuesday about suicide prevention. Here are some of the highlights and the assembly protocol.
This past Tuesday, we had an assembly about suicide prevention. We were lucky enough to record the entire thing. Here are some highlights.
Everyone hates you. You should hate yourself too. What are you doing? Why are you talking to her like that? Because she deserves it. She does it. Walk away right now. This woman is dangerous. All Muslims are terrorists. Yeah. That one's a terrorist.
We were also lucky enough to get an interview with Mr. Dreesing about the assembly protocol. Let's see what he had to say.
Communicate what assemblies are about and whether or not students are mandated to attend them. I'd tell you that anytime administration is bringing in a presenter, it's to essentially address a problem on campus. So this year so far, student suicides. And we have reacted from that because of the Safe to Tell network, the app that you can report anonymously if people are thinking about suicide. It is about 1 in 10 kids. So we saw that need and that desire. I would say that the communication probably needs to get better between us, student council, and then students. So integrating student council into it to get the word out, we're going to have an assembly, this is what it's about, and then to kind of garner feedback. The reason why there's some mandation around it is because we want everybody to have the skills that we're looking at. And so I'd imagine that it's a case-by-case basis, but if kids know about it, we'll work with kids. I mean, it's not like you have to go to something that's going to upset you emotionally, but again, the problem is if you don't know about it, then it's hard to plan around that.
This is Dua Hall with Nctv, signing off.
Such a powerful message. Remember, it's important to be wildly kind to one another and to yourself, because you are awesome in your own way. This week, we unfortunately do not have a Mustang Minute. None of the principals were available, but that's all right. Anyways, this quote of the week is, I don't know what it is. Oh, everything is gonna be all right. Maybe not now, but eventually. And Zach, are you okay?
No.
Zach, get up.
No.
He's upset about the snow. It's all right. Anyways, tonight we will not be streaming the game because tomorrow we will not be streaming the game, unfortunately, but we will have a story for you next week about it, so stay tuned. Remember to be kind and make smart choices. I'm Jillian Wallace, Zach, and this is Nctv signing off.
Bye.